Calvin Thompson, entered military service from Liberty, North Carolina, and got my draft card, went to Graham, got on a bus, went to Fort Bragg, stayed there a couple of days, and got on troop train to go to Fort Benning, Georgia, and took our training camp Wheeler, Georgia, and for 6 weeks. Came home on a 10-day furlough, went to Fort Meade, New Jersey, I believe it was, and to New York, got on the boat, went overseas to Liverpool, England, and there we stayed a couple of days and got on a little old LST with holes all in it and crossed the channel into Le Havre, France. And from there we got on to a troop train and rode for several miles across France, and then went into Germany. Czechoslovakia was had just been finished, and went through there and on into Koblenz. That was the second largest city, I think, in Germany, and got on. We got to Koblenz, stayed in the town there for several days, trying to clean up and one thing and another. We left Koblenz and went down on the Rhine River, and 6 men in a little old wooden rowboat crossed the Rhine River one night at 12 o'clock. The moon was shining just bright as day, and crossed on to the other side. We didn't have a lot of problems there, and went on across into the pillboxes. There was, I believe it was called the old Hindenburg line, and we went into that, across all the way into Czechoslovakia, and then stayed there a pretty good while, and went back to station in Germany, and was sent home from there to a 30-day furlough to go to the Pacific, and that's when the war was over there, before we got to leave home. And I was discharged in '46.
Well, tell me a little bit about some of your up close and personal experiences there. Some of the difficulties and some of the high points, maybe in the low, during your time there in the European theater of war.
Well, I guess about the Rhine River was pretty bad. They were on the other side, and but we managed to get there. A lot of people didn't, and then on over into the pillboxes. We got out. Our outfit got out pretty good ways in front of the lines, and we stayed there for 14 days, and that's where that there was a German that had give his life, and I borrowed a compass off of him. He had it on his arm, and brought it home.
And you also have something down there to your side. Could you pick that up?
Yeah, that's a Bronze Star award that I received for action beyond the call of duty. Is about as good as you can say. A lot of people got them, and a lot of them, I guess, more deserved all of the citations and everything. But I happened to get the Bronze Star.
What did you learn from your experiences in the Army to take with you through life?
Well, I learned that you've got to do your best. Anything you go at, you try to do your best, and most of the time it'll work out. But the war back then is much different than it is now. The media and everything. If they had been in there then, I don't know what would have been the outcome, but it's much different than it was back in World War II.